I want to begin with Norman Floyd Barnes. What are the latest updates from your desk in Washington, D.C.?
Greetings from Washington, D.C. this morning. Yes, the U.S. government is officially open. The president signed a bill yesterday stating that the government is open with one exception. The issue regarding the Department of Homeland Security has funding only for 2 weeks. During this period of time, Congress and lawyers will discuss how to reorganize that the Department of Homeland Security, particularly ISIS. During this period of time, other agencies that are going to be affected it will be FEMA, which is that takes care of the emergency response for the United States, and also the Department of Transportation, which include our airlines and airspace. So these two agencies will be affected if there's no conclusion, there's no resolution, or there's no solution for the issue with the way that the Department of Homeland Security is running ISIS. So that is the next thing. We avoided one problem, but now I believe, a more intense problem regarding the issues with how and what is going to be done with ISIS. Uh, the uh, the United States shot down a drone that was getting close, approaching the area of the Abraham Lincoln carrier in the off the coast of Iran. Uh, Irrespective of that, talks are still scheduled to go on in Istanbul regarding the issues about the nuclear facilities and the United States position, military position in response to that.
Regarding one of the fallouts of releasing all of the files regarding Jeffrey Epstein, former U.S. President Bill Clinton and his wife Hillary Clinton, the former Secretary of State, have agreed to testify in the congressional investigation into this late sex offender Jeffrey Epstein, allowing them to avoid being found in contempt of Congress. Of course, they will appear for a deposition on 27th February, and Hillary Clinton will appear a day before. I want to ask Norman Floyd Barnes, this is a very eye-opening time, how senior lawmakers of the country are seen complicit in with someone who has caused heinous crimes. So I want to understand what is the fallout. Definitely this time of the year, especially when Donald Trump's policies have been anti-people, anti-state, or as I would like to believe, not in line with the people's focus. I want to understand more from Norman Floyd Barnes.
Yes, this situation with the Epstein files is something that unfortunately human beings been doing over thousands of years. I would say three letters, PPP. It's about power, it's about sex, it's about personal pleasure. Okay? Personal pleasure and public power and influence. This is something that we have to realize that absolute power corrupts. So if you have absolute power, you feel like you can do anything, and your pleasures, your simple pleasures, you feel like you can do it because you make the rules, you are the rules, you the governing parties. Have you noticed there's been no criminal charges against anyone? The social elites operate at a different level, exposure. Some people get being exposed, some people are losing their office and they're losing their face, but they still have the power. So these activities, even though they are shocking to hear, uh, horrible regarding the use of females, youth, and now the people who've been victimized and involved in the Epstein case, names has been not redacted and they've been exposed. So now they've been victimized again. So this is something that is continuing to go on. Yes, there will be some fallout about this, but the social elites, the powerful, will stay powerful, because they rule and they make the rules.
We see that this escalation is taking a very short, a long-term process. When we look at the Ukraine-Russia war, it is into its fourth year. And of course, the hostilities were very minute in the very first couple of days. The U.S. has Abraham Lincoln moving away from the Pacific into the Persian Sea to the Strait of Hormuz. This is a trying time. As we know that a drone was shot down, which was of course trying to gather information on what was in these Iranian waters. I want to know more from Norman Flood Barnes. An escalation, may it be very soon or not later. Norman Flood Barnes.
Yes, with the presence of the naval armada in the region, the possibilities of hostilities are high, extremely high. Just like you mentioned, a drone was shot down. Uh, Anything flying around and any engaging ships or whatever creates a possibility of a confrontation. Uh, this time it was a drone, maybe a plane next time, maybe a ship, maybe a submarine, it may be a fishing boat. So we are in a hot state of emergency. The military are staged in the area. They're ready to go on the aggressive attack. They're not in a protective mode. They are in a attack military role. So they have plans. They have things that they will respond to any aggression, but they have a plan. They're there for a purpose, not to stay still, not to monitor, not to safeguard anything, but they're there for a military mission. And that mission is waiting for the green light to proceed. They have things in place. And the more time we have them sitting in the idle mode, the likelihood of a major confrontation increases. China will be sending ships over there soon. Other countries are moving around. The communication is not very good, and the activities and the potential for conflict is great. So once something occurs, it's very hard to pull it back. Once you let the cat out the bag or the bullet out the ghost, it has to go forward, and it can't be retracted and pulled back. So it's very sensitive time. The military leaders are very tense right now because they have soldiers ready to and sailors and airmen ready to complete a mission, and they are right now in a staging mode, waiting for to carry out their mission. So we have to be very careful how this thing goes. Yes, negotiations going on, but we have action. We have military people on both sides, very tense, ready to do action, and any type of activity will spark a fight.
The U.S. position in history, of course, is not just regarding Iran as of today. In the pages of history, there's also a lot of information. So I want to have a comment from Norman Flood Barnes.
Yes, as we move through time, we have noticed, particularly in the situation with the United States, uh, there's always a problem with a solution. Well, let me reverse it. There's a solution for a problem. A lot of these situations, if it's known as, has been developed, manufactured, and distorted uh, with the intention of creating a response uh, for the solution. So as we move, and we should be watching this very closely, a lot of these incidents, a lot of these confrontations, a lot of these of so-called differences are created. And we have to really look at, there's conversation about the situation in Iran. Who stirred them up? Who agitated them? Who gave them information? Who encouraged them? Uh, we know that there's a move from the Western side to basically replace the current regime there. So a lot of agitation took place. A lot of things are going on. We now have a military stage out there waiting off the coast of Iran, waiting for them to respond. We're making responses like, any aggression upon our fleet will response. We will have a turbo response for you. Well, if that situation was reversed, what do you expect from the United States if that should occur to us? So by being in the area, you sometimes agitates the hornet's nest. Being there, being involved, being whatever, you will get a response. Unfortunately, this response that being anticipated may not be the one we want, and it may lead to a more regional instability and more conflict than solutions. So, so every solution may not have a problem that can be resolved with the uh, manufactured solution. So it may be something different. There may be a miscalculation. There may be things that we don't know about occur. And we have to be very careful how we look at things, how we respond, how we speak to people, and how we treat people. So let's wait and see how this thing plays out. Hopefully, cool heads will prevail as long as we are talking fighting. So keep the communication going on, and hopefully cool heads will come to terms, and a solution to this conflict in the Middle East and other parts of the world will come to a solution because we seeing with the situation with Russia and Ukraine, that was supposed to be an overnight situation. Well, we're going on 4 years now with no solution.
Of
Gaza's
course.
still up in place. Now we got the situation with Venezuela. We got situation in Africa, the situation in Greenland. All these things are open-ended, no solutions. So starting with the agitation of these areas, dealing with the different governments to get a response. So far, it hasn't panned out. It hasn't gone to the favor of the ones who want change to happen. So again, as long as we are talking, communicating, we're not fighting and we're not killing each other. So hopefully we are learning through this process or still, or instead of repeating what we've been doing for thousands of years.